And the history of Jacksonville comes out of the plight of who we are, the legacy of history and the greatness of the civil rights movement in many instances came through Jacksonville, Florida.
Recognize real rhyme on the streets, how we do it with DJs and 1B2 MCs. A matter of fact, 3 or 4. He's coming in, he's bringing more. Acting like I'm with this, so why don't you get on the microphone and end it?
I come to end it, sealing your doom. Oh no, I see the people from Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, I see banana and the grapes. That's how I do, man, the planet of the apes. It's how I do when I come through. Just like a monkey, I'm a monkey in you. Around. What are you doing, you clown? Put the microphone down and listen to this sound.
Son of a football arena. Where have you seen the slam back of the John Cena? You don't want to come with a mixed up misdemeanor, but you get served like a subpoena. You peanuts. You don't want to get dropped. Something like King Tut standing on a. You know what I wanted to say, molecule. It's telepathy, how I speak to you. X-Men, Xavier, Doctor, here come the Carter, rock y'all, and I forgot. Oh yeah, DJ King Supreme had to come through with the cream. Yo, we on the team. Self-esteem, yeah, we got it real high. We take it to the sky, so Betty Bye Bye. You don't know my name, I'm Omotayo. Yo, and I mastered the flow.
Because I have a spirit that is infinity.
Oh, yes.
So deep and out of space, bro. You can say whatever you want to, just look me in my face, bro. All of that weakness that you speaking, I don't have time for it. I've been around too many things, seen too many people dying over nothing chalked out on the page. Why? Because they wasn't focused on their graves. They was focused on the fact that their mama's minimum wage was getting paid. How you gonna keep the rent up when the rent's up?
And I want you to understand something about Jacksonville, Florida, and the great history and the legacy of this city. That same American history school teacher, Rutledge Pearson, who would not teach us American history from the racist viewpoints of white textbooks during these days of segregation, told us to leave that history book home. And he proceeded to teach us about American history, including the great people who made this country what it is today. You see, one of the things that we have to understand is that America never gave us anything.
Murder happens and the pastors say that it's the Lord's will, but the news is never factual. Crack addiction is actual. Irrational taxes birth the national burden capital. The state is overlooked of children, cowards, and crooks. When the southern nation is joined by broken dreams and cheesy hooks. Cold hearts, sneaky looks, so top people cooks. Let's take it from their education.
Make some noise for M2, y'all. This is the Lyricist Live, y'all. Straight up and down. Thank you very much.
I had an American history school teacher who would not teach American history from the slanted and racist viewpoints of white instructors who only saw fit to include George Washington Carver and Booker T. Washington in the history book. They did not feel it was necessary to talk about A. Philip Randolph and Toussaint Louverture and Charles Drew and Daniel Hale Williams and Matt Henson and Benjamin Banneker and Elijah McCoy and Garrett Wood, Garrett Morgan and Granville Wood. They did not feel that was necessary. So correspondingly, we were not taught that, and many of you do not know that.
Talking about they ballin', really they fallin'. Why you on that nonsense recording? I don't understand it, bruh. They messing up the game, making it hard for people with real pain. People that actually have seen things, seen steel blasted point blank range.
That's true. Come through. I seen homeboy in the yellow get his face turned blue. It was foul. I was living on the north side. It had made me change my whole style.
That's how we go.
Going to church. Matter of fact, I got a job. Started looking for work.
Okay.
But yo, if you said daddy hot, matter of fact, come and put some dough in this yellow box. You only got 6 six. We need it. Yo, we got kids to feed. We all up in the mix.
But what we do, we say, Mr. Hurst, I ain't got time for that. Nope. Leave that in the past. We need to go forward from here. Yet, many of us have no clue about the legacy of black history, both black folk and white folk.
45 is the place that is giving me grace, and you might be dead, cause I'm a Nike head. I would choose that and fight the fans. It ain't a damn thing gonna change. I'm a performance strange. Mom, why did you do it? Cause I had to bite Nas round one time. It's halftime. It's halftime.
Yeah, that's how I get it in, yo, I get them. Anybody get on the microphone, I say rip them. Oh. How you doing, officer? You chilling tonight? You wanna get on the mic? Sir! Never. If I come, I kick that better. You've never seen them better. Hit me in the back when I rap, no cap. Snoop Dogg on this microphone, give me the jack. The jack mean the phone mean the jack. Take it to your face, till you ready to smoke.
Check it out, yeah. Just like candy, the way that I rhyme is so sweet, yeah. You can catch it one time.
Matter of fact, we was kicking rhymes before telephones out of Star 69.
Oh!
Check me out, dog. I'm on the microphone and I'm kicking it hard. Matter of fact, I kick it out better. You kick my school, Michael Jackson with patent leather. Big police, you don't know me. No justice, no peace. And I'm out here like a warrior. Standing in front of your and I'm taller. Hold up, Jamari. How you doing, lovely? You got a cross. My name is Omotayo. I'm a boss. I ain't even got a job, but I'm on this microphone rockin' real hard. I got CDs for sale and I gotta pay a ticket. So if you nice, come on and get it. You know I kick the floor wicked and I'm Cinderella. You can smell it or sniff it.
My son record and we afford. That's how we do, man. It's very important that I display this to this generation. Never gotta stop this, no hesitation, no hesitation. I gotta just correct it. 21 seconds and leave MCs dead. Yeah, and that's how I do when I spit. That's how I do with my crew club. We totally equipped. Everybody on that bull is.
One of the things about black history is that we are spoon-fed information because we think that's what we need to hear.
Peace and love to the mothers that lost sons to the struggle. Could have been anything, but just couldn't stay out of trouble. My stomach rumbles, I'm feeling nauseous and sick from the causes of this. Community deterioration, economic bullish. Why are some lives worth $1 and other lives are worth 6? With more zeros than you can count, what kind of freedom is this? And I've seen people so fed up with the system and they rebel from the limitations that do not allow them to be themselves. How can life be dictated by working for someone else? I of God inside myself, close my eyes and let the universe flow through me like a shell in the ocean with the hope of bringing hope to someone else with no purpose. I try to search for mine inside my verses, but society tries to reverse it every time I build. A nation of broken spirits also eager to kill. No one values life, so the blood continues to spill. I'm labeled as insane by people who cannot feel because I disregard illusions and focus on what is real.
Seems plenty of beat, so I took the tomahawk like an Indian chief. Swing a little chariot, break chain off feet, but still the rope around my neck don't resemble no blade.
But that's what we're spoon-fed in American history books, but we don't know that Charles Drew classified blood plasma. And Daniel Hale Williams performed the first successful open heart surgery. That Benjamin Banneker laid out the city of Washington, D.C.
Yes.
We don't know that Jan Metzelliger put together a machine that allowed you to put the body of the shoe to the sole of the shoe. We don't know that the first man to set foot on North Pole was Matt Henson. We don't know that Garrett Morgan invented both the gas mask and also the traffic light.
Come on my trial, I ain't one of the coldest now. Your soul must be frozen. How could you overlook it? Every word that I'm pushing comes from looking through the nooks and crannies of this bumpy road that might be took me down. You haters must be seen now. But your boy is D-Owls, hoping to grab my rebound. But I'm 31 before the go. I advise you do not count me out. I roll with lions till we growl. You be out, you be chow. I'm hungry, but the hunger won't make me succumb to dumbness. Greed is the main reason people go from something to nothing. In a room full of diamonds, you're driven to take whatever you can. So I'm connected to a blade. You take the video, you lose your hand.
With certain unalienable rights, that among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So when our founding fathers were writing those words, they were saying in effect, don't do as I do as I say do. And we don't want to study that. So Brother Jones,
What's up, my brother?
my good DJ brothers, Brother Richmond, thank you for letting me use up a little bit of your time. Great evening, and don't ever care about a crowd. Sometimes you can do more with 5 or 10 who want to get something done than 100, 200 who are just hangers-on.
That's experience speaking,
and God
y'all.
bless you.
Make some noise for Rodney Hurst, Yeah. This is the Lyricist live at the Jacksonville Art Walk. I am your host, Maul Jones. Everybody make some noise one time, y'all, for my camera. You know what I'm saying? This is real. Oh.
I stay fly, stay high, cause I'm full type of guy. Get involved, we some lyrics we live. Out there with my man Omotayo, that's side.
Oh.
Why? Ask why when I do it. They like toes, why don't you pursue it? I said, I do this well, I thought you knew it. Every time I flow, it's like a spigot with the fluid. They like toes, you should get it back. I'm like, I'm sitting back, I got kids, I did it at. So I'ma get it at, y'all get rid of that. When I'm still in my rap thing, get it at. You can't stop it, I rhyme like a prophet. If you wanna hear these bars, I need a prophet. Y'all gonna have to full stop it, or I'ma have to play it like a gun when I cock it. Pop it, right in your mouth like a pop rock. I can't stop shots, y'all think y'all good, but you get hopscotch. Let me get on. This rap so ill, I'ma pass it to the left and sit back and chill. Verified by God. F your Twitter, I'm a billion kilometers outside of your atmosphere, drinking water out the Big Dipper. So when I spit a bar, I replenish y'all like a wine, I'm drinking on a river. Amplify the sound, feel it in your spirit. Split your eyes and see that Indiana sun shining in the distance. This is more than music. Music over water. Whoa, running out of lies. I got some truth for y'all to borrow. Woo! Looking for a real soldier with the heart. You're holding way too long to beat. My spirit feels like a horror. Pause. No, don't even get it twisted. I'm tired of watching I don't see the shit. Innocent children of hands with the multitude of riches. Money practice talk deep with the raw outside those chicken. Fake power, no spinal power. This is 82.5 in the final hour.
What? I'm just soaking it in. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? When the truth is spoken and the history and the legacy is pushed upon you, you can't do nothing but accept it and feel it. You can't. Like, there's nothing you can do. So, that's what we do. We made history, y'all. So look, we're gonna end this off with this cypher, y'all. Cause that's what we do. My brother Omotayo, you ready? My brother M2, you ready? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I got my man Claude in the building, Claude is free.